Starting this broadcast from West Asia, the Israeli military has said that for the very first time a missile fired by Hezbollah reached the Tel Aviv area and was intercepted by Israel's defense system. Now, Hezbollah confirmed that it had fired a Qadr-1 ballistic missile targeting Israeli spy agency Mossad's headquarters near Tel Aviv. It further said that recent attacks on the militant group had been planned there. Israel Rescue Services said that there were no injuries or damage reported from the missile, which triggered sirens in Tel Aviv and Netanya, two large cities in central Israel. It also claimed to have struck a launcher in Lebanon from which a missile was fired towards central Israel. Israel has again warned residents of Lebanon living near sites where Hezbollah weapons are being stored to immediately evacuate. And the latest warning comes as Israeli warplanes continue to strike what it called Hezbollah targets in South Lebanon for a third day. Our correspondent Jody Cohen brings us a report on the missile strikes on Tel Aviv.
So Hezbollah claimed responsibility for the missile attack on central Israel this morning. They said they were targeting the Mossad headquarters with a ballistic missile. Now, many people were woken up by a siren alerting to that missile this morning. That's after it was fired at the Tel Aviv and the Sharon area where I'm standing. And remember, the central region is where most people in Israel live. The IDF said that they intercepted the missile and there were no reports of injuries. But people are getting on with their everyday life. They're watching the Home Front Command instructions closely. There have been no changes to the situation in central Israel, but in the north it's very different. People there, the schools have shut, hospitals have moved to sheltered areas only, and people have been advised to stay near shelters. An Israeli official has suggested that Israel is carrying out further strikes against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon to change the balance of power so that Hezbollah will stop firing rockets at Israel.
Jody further explains if a diplomatic resolution to the conflict between Israel and Lebanon is possible.
Right, so we've seen several calls for a de-escalation. For example, President Biden, in his speech to the UN General Assembly, said that a full-scale war is not in anyone's interests and that even as the situation has escalated, he believes a diplomatic solution is still possible. There's going to be a UN Security Council meeting on Wednesday to talk about the fighting between Hezbollah and Lebanon. Israeli Defense Minister Gallant said that the UN is not fulfilling its obligation in preventing Hezbollah attacks and demanding that Hezbollah complies with UN Resolution 1701, which requires Hezbollah to disarm and stay north of the Litani River. Now, Israeli envoy to the UN, Danny Danon, said that Israel is open to ideas to de-escalate and said it's not too late for the Lebanese government or people to pressure Hezbollah to stop. Now, the US has indicated that it's exploring ideas with allies and partners. Meanwhile, Iran has suggested that others could join in Hezbollah's fight against Israel. And overnight, we saw the Iranian-backed Islamic resistance in Iraq claim responsibility for multiple drone attacks on northern and southern Israel. So it remains to be seen if we'll see an escalation or a de-escalation.